What are you doing? What are you doing, Teddy? What are you doing? Oh, Teddy. What are you doing? Hmm? What are you doing? Good morning, Bree. Good morning. Good morning, Ashley. I'm actually trying to work with something that quick to see you. Give me a second. Okay. So it's over there now. Oh, yeah, this stuff is crazy. It is insanely crazy how much you can do on this stuff here. So, good morning, Free Robert. Good morning. Good morning. Um, how y'all doing? How y'all doing this morning? I fell asleep on y'all yesterday. My bad. I fell asleep. I was like, oh, I'm tired. I'm tired, y'all. That work week makes you tired. And it's like this bite cold outside. Like, where did this come from? Like, it is extremely cold. It is so cold out. So I got y'all up like on this other screen. It's trying to put it on members only. So I don't know if it's on it or not, but I'm just testing it because sometimes I'll take it to members only. Y'all can hear me okay? Good morning, Tay Tay. Good morning. And I had this other, it says that it has the occupation inefficiency of 17 jobs, right? I just kind of wanted to go over that and laugh with you guys on that. Not per se like laugh at it, but it's like, well, kind of knew this stuff existed. But other than that, just seeing how you guys were doing. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning. We recommend that you use 25. Okay, hold on. I got to, says that it's good. Says that the stream is good. Wow. Oh, you can hear? That's good. That's what's up. That's what's up. So, and you know, I also kind of come on here to make sure that, that people that came to YouTube like myself is maintaining the YouTube, the sector, this umbrella and not losing your mind. So you can kind of call it like a coach path, because I do not want to see people lose their mind and lose their livelihood, your train of thought of taking care of your family and things like that. So I'd be like, I hope these people are okay. Okay, but y'all okay. Everybody's handling this okay. Because it gets to be a lot thrown out here at, the general public or population, whichever one you prefer, right? That would truly like get inside of your spirit, having you all of a sudden just thinking and acting accordingly to what, other people opinions and thoughts and perceptions are. And I don't know. I think about me a lot when I'm on here, and I do find myself, I hope like some of you girls, like some of like we all think alike at some point, but I know that we have our own thoughts. But I'd be looking on here. I don't know about y'all, And I be saying to myself, how can something like this be, of nature, of humanity? I be thinking like, listening to people, tell you how things should be or how they definitely are in their perception and things like that. I see a lot of people that talk. There's no way ever that I will follow down the path of the stuff that they speak. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm saying? Like, I can't, I be having too many hums, huh? Like, huh? Like, okay, well, that may make sense to you, but what, yeah. So then, I'll get into that motion, like, let me go on and click off of this person. There's no way that this person can be awarded or even have a high percentage of knowledge that wants to hear, like that person's knowledge. I'd be like, what in the hell? We gonna get to, who it is in a minute, like I normally do. But this stuff here, yeah, it's crazy. You know, I understand the fact of the people saying, when they say, well, this stuff doesn't happen to you. It ain't happened to you, or it's not your child. But people at hand, can acknowledge that, but I can look past that, especially with all of the details that was inserted in a lot of the paperwork. It's like, it was really like reading a fairy tale book, but in that fairy tale where you can highlight some things and be like, that just doesn't happen that way. What's difficult for me to align my thoughts to other people's thoughts when it comes to this situation that has occurred, right? With R. Kelly is because when you know the game, sometimes I'm like, maybe if I would not have been knowledgeable about the game, maybe I would consider some of the BS, but it's like I'm too knowledgeable about the game. And when you know how the game goes, and then you start to read a lot of the stuff pertaining to females and their information that they had chose to share, I'm like, no, I don't think so. Oh, that's fabricated. No, and then, to have adults involved in a lot of the females' detailings from the paperwork, like, you guys knew, you guys did this, it's it just becomes like, no, this one right here, has to take a pass on it. That's just how I feel. Um, Even with the old story that is out and that rebirth back out here due to the way your government is able to switch up the laws when they feel it is needed. I I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with the fact that um, an organization coming out to portray as if they are here to help in a sense, females, and also speak as if females don't do no wrongdoing. I hate the fact, I'm telling y'all what, I hate the fact that one side of your populated people chooses to fix one area and destroy people or a person, but then you can't fix the other area where the foundation started. You know, it's like you literally have to start at the root of things. You know, I don't believe where people can wait until situation blossoms and then you want to just pick a leaf off of the tree and say, well, it's that one. I sit and I think back within the history of humanity, and you watch how your motherland in Africa is to tune into a lot of stuff, right? Even during the slavery part of it, right? You would tune into it in the books. We had our female anatomy stripped from clothing, you know, posted in books, half nude. The tops were always off, and a lot of the slavery movies, they would always display the female being, nude. The man would always just be covered up at the bottom. And after slavery, which I am well aware that back then, females born in those days didn't have a choice because they would either receive a whipping or forced into the master's home to be have forced sex. So those days, I understand where like there was no government to correct that until, who was it, JFK, or I believe, who ended up stepping in and saying, no more, this is it, the Black people shall be set free. But then once the Black people got set free from slavery, they had, we learned what governorship was. We learned that we now have rights. We've learned that we now have protection from higher authorities, things like that. What we did not learn was when they gave the right to vote, there was still a lack of reading. It was always about what sounded good. It was a lack of financial standings. We never learned how to make much money. Well, no, I'll take that back. They learned how to make money because they got whipped into it. They were forced to make the money, but they were in lack thereof of how to save it and benefit from it because it was taken away from them. They were working for free. They didn't know that stuff. Now, as life went on, our ancestors or whatever, they get older, lack of not knowing how to establish businesses for their community or their people. That's all they knew how to do then was just, make the money, either give it to whoever owns them, or there was no banks to put it in. Didn't have them. They were owned as well by the other people. So they've been trapped like for years and years and years. So coming out of history with me and reading and learning all of that, it taught me how to not be entrapped amongst slavery from no color, from no mankind. That's what it taught me. But when I'm out here on YouTube, I watch our own kind manipulate and continue to try to stimulate the mind of their own people. But yet then they will sit up. Hi, Miss Brown Sugar. Good morning, everybody. Elizabeth, what's going on? APC, what's going on? But they will sit up and attempt to try to teach or preach to you history. I used to always say, well, there's always a mirror amongst us. And if people would have the desire to just turn the mirror on themselves, you will vividly see exactly what the Black people went through before you try to teach it, because you are one of those white people. You definitely are. We're going to get to what I'm talking about in a minute. I'm just warming up, drinking my tea with you guys. I want to come on screen too. So, but now I don't know how to get back out of this channel because I done clicked on the button and I'm over here still trying to figure it out on how do I get back to you guys. That's crazy. I'm always doing some crazy stuff over here, but I also learned that you got to do some crazy stuff to learn, you know, what not to do and how to do it, right? So I'm like, how the hell do I get back over here? Now, if I hit the X, I'm afraid that that might end the stream. Crazy, right? But I'm going to give it a try. So bear with me because I want to get back over here to you guys. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Lord, where is it? That's not it. Okay, let's see if that is. That's not it. I know, right? I know, that's crazy. But I was trying to put it on members only, but that's not it. I know I have two windows open. I know, girl. This stuff is crazy. Because right now it's showing me in yeah, so but I can see y'all there. I can see y'all. So, and I know y'all can see me. It's just that it's on a different screen. And I wanted to get back to, oh, wait a minute. Maybe I could do this. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I did it. See, I did it. Wait a minute. I think I did it. But there we go. I know y'all can see me. It's just that. Okay, now kill the echo. There we go. I did it. So what? I don't know what's going on over on the other screen. I don't want to kill it because I'm not sure if it'll kill the live. But let me do this too so that I can come on and say good morning, and then I'm gonna come back to Rabbit. Yeah, let's do this. We'll come back to it later. There we go. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I don't want to talk with the rabbit on right now. There we go. Now I'm on the screen. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. So I got so many windows open up there too. That's crazy. One of them I want to have open because I want us to look at these occupational inefficiency jobs, right? Because some of them will relate to, what you've seen on YouTube. Mhm. Some of them will. Some of them are fun. Some of us, we all might be in one of them. I want to show you guys how they taking the surveys on them, right? Are they taking the surveys on them? So it's crazy. But it's my Saturday. Coda has to be at work at 12. And I'll be chilling around the house. I literally just finished waxing polishing the floor down here. Yeah, I did. So it's back pretty. So pretty now. Downstairs. How you doing, Jana? Um, I think it's time for me to make a few changes to the mods. Um, I think that I would love to have the support of mods here with me, and I'm noticing that that's not happening frequently, and I don't like to be mean about it. I'm very understanding about it because I know some of us don't wake up, or some of us is working, or this or that, but sometimes I'll be looking around YouTube and I'll be like, oh, okay. I'll see like some serious active moderation or people very active somewhere else. So that's kind of got me feeling some type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute, I was live like 3 times last week, didn't even see you. But then I'll click somewhere else and I literally will look, and I don't want to be petty like that. I really don't. I don't like to be petty like that. But I'm like, wait a minute, I've been live 3 times this week. So I would go where I go and I'll be looking and I'm scrolling and I'm like, but that person been live about 4, 5 times. Oh, but I can't get the help. So I don't want to act like, oh, petty. But I think that I really been nice. I've really been late, like, okay, go ahead on it, go. I don't care about that. But I was like, where you don't want to be, like, text me, like, email me, like, let me know so that I can, take that person off. I think so, trans, but it's something, how you try to how you try to make your heart do something that you don't want, that you don't want to do because of the, the kindness in your heart, and like, oh, I'm nice and whatever. But at the same time, you have that part where, God, feeling some type of way over here. I'm gonna have to do what I gotta do. And it is what it is. But it's starting to just a little bit, So I guess there's that part where I can literally say, well, I care. But then there's that part that says, well, I don't care. But I think that I'd be looking for it to be mutual, you know what I mean? Transformation, like, so it's a weird feeling, and I don't want to have a mean feeling about it, but I also want to put recognition on what I see, since I'm trying to, have a channel and a chitty chat for people to come and vibe with me and things like that. But if you don't want to, then let me know. But I'm noticing 1, 2, I'm up to 3 people, maybe 4. And then, I'll get people to come back and they'll be like, oh, well, they were sick, so I understand that, or this or that. But those people like that, I don't see those people, entertain and elsewhere and doing everything. But how often am I on? Literally, like, not that much. I'm really not on as much as I would like to be, because I don't like, or I don't even want to think that my main priority is being disturbed. You know, it's like it only take one slip, trans, in your real life, and it takes forever to clean it, clean it back up or pick back up on where you're going. So I happen to be the one that I don't like to slip in my main priorities. I stay on top of that. Because you only got one time on it, so I'm learning, I have to learn on how to send out the notifications. I actually really don't know unless I text you individually, but I'm assuming that there's a way to send out something to, to the mods or whatever to say, oh, I'm live, or something like that. But yeah, I'm always turning extra heat on me. I don't know, with that menopause stuff, I don't know, y'all, because through the day time, I'm like I'm cold. But then at night, I may feel the rapture of menopause for about 20 minutes at night. Then I stick my feet out, I don't feel it like no more. Throughout the day, nothing. I don't have no hot flash. I don't be hot like that, So I'm trying to understand this whole menopause thing, right? That's all. So you say send it as a group text. Got it. So I will prepare that, have that queued up in my phone and the mods up in there. But there are some, and I know y'all notice the some, that I have to let go, and maybe you can make waffles. No, I've been waiting on you. Your throat hurt? Okay, we're gonna leave out. You have to work at 12 at 11:15, so I can stop at Walgreens and get something. Huh? No. Okay. Or you want to get something out of from work, then that's fine. You probably and get some more cough drops afterwards. So, oh, girl, I jailed them up. They jail. They are jail. Hey, Claudine. Colleen is always here supportive. Trans is supportive all the time. Elizabeth, I appreciate y'all. Y'all know I don't be having much of a big stories, especially with the R. Kelly stuff. And I was sitting right here today, this morning, and I'm reading, right? And, because people say that, I don't read and I'm not highlighting and I don't never come back and all this stuff. We're going to talk about that too, right? We'll talk about that because I started my story off about listening to different narratives, listening to different breakdowns, and propagandas and stuff, right? So King said he's always here. Thank you. Thank you. I did. I got my feet done too. So I stay dolly up as much as I can, but due to the work that I do, I'm very mindful about throwing my money, away. You know what I mean? Because I may not use my hands a lot, and I'm like, oh, and then my nails break a lot. They grow extremely long. I have natural long nails. So the Chinese people get mad though. They'll be like, oh, you should put the things. I just don't. I never have. I don't want them drilling down on my nail or nothing. So I've got gel on. These are gel. So I had to file them all down so they can all grow back pretty evenly. But it's like when you break one, I get mad or do this or do that. But I like so, and I picked the color and it works. Now I'm gonna go get my tattoo touched up. I'm gonna be crying. I'm gonna get my tattoo. Go, shh. It's time to get my tattoo touched up. Yeah, it is. So, but so I kind of cleared that up because I do want to get into a little bit of Drunken Larry commentary and tell y'all how many times that I was just shaking my head, like literally, and I'm looking at him as part of humanity out here. And I'm listening very thorough to the stuff that he speaks on, but I cannot get past his persona. I cannot get past of a person who received the devil and did some devilish shit amongst people. But it's okay for the devil to speak in a way of teaching humanity, right? Because it's different from what another person has now been convicted and presumably doing things from a bunch of hearsay. So, and the other old proof that they said that was played in the courtroom, right? So it's really, really hard. And I get it. Everybody wants to be a philosopher. I get that. I get that everybody has the word. But I can't get down with a person who sits and portray, might as well put the mask back on. That's how I felt. Like, put your mask back on, dude. I would have kept it on. There's no way that I would have done such detrimental damage to people and then feel like you didn't do that much damage, because all of the losses can either be picked up by the taxpayers or the insurers or what, or FDIC, all of that shit, right? But then, you know, it's like he's turned around and he's speaking to people from the back of his head so that you don't notice the front. And I just can't do it. I don't know about you guys. Why is my printer tweaking? I literally can't do it. I just can't. And I'm sorry that, you know, that I'm like that. Good morning, Lisa. You know, but let's pause it there because I do want to talk about it. I'm gonna bag it up. Thanks for the compliments for my nails. I don't wear makeup. I never, and we discussed that when Lisa been here. Lisa was here when when I started a long time ago. I don't do makeup. I don't do all of the glitter and the, you know, the fancy. I'm literally plain. I'm just plain me. Okay. Did I come out here for people to accept me the way that they think that I should be, or how I should act, or what I should wear? And no, I do not. I'm too grown for that. I'm past that. You know, if you'd have met me back at the age of maybe 10, you could have been preaching all this stuff to me. But I have to be happy with appeasing Pat, just me. So I don't know how to put makeup on. Okay. I've never, ever, I don't know. I did not know how to show my girls. And I ended up with 3 girls. I didn't know how to show them. I had to take them elsewhere, and, you know, and someone else would show them this or that, you know, so they learned outside the house. So that makes me, I guess, a bad mom. I don't know. You know, the only thing that I pretty much did with my girls was taught them the game. I taught them how to receive as much knowledge. You playing Jane? That's right, Jana. That's right. We the plain Jane people. I don't know. I always felt, Jana, that I just didn't have time. I don't have time. I don't have time. I always felt like that I'm going to be late from, you know, getting to work. I'm going to be late. Now I will, you know, I keep my lip glossy, you know, but I have a problem with this stuff. All I do is eat it. Like, did they make this shit? Like, literally. Like, did they literally make this shit to eat? You understand what I'm saying? Like, it don't stay on. Look, so now I have to walk around. Then I do it all like this, all outside the lining of the lip. I ain't good at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't good at this shit. But I know that, I've seen some people take the paper towel, and you bite it, shimmer it. Then I'd be like, go on, bitch, go on, you still cruel, girl, you still cruel. Now, my mom and dad didn't have no ugly children. However, I do got a few brothers that turned ugly. Them motherfuckers ugly. You know why? Because they just turn ugly. So now I got two more other brothers. They fine as hell, naturally fine. I showed you guys, I think one of them. They're just naturally, but I got two brothers when, I don't know, somewhere like in their 40s or 50s, they got ugly than a motherfucker. Like, y'all ugly ass niggas. Who y'all mom and dad? Chole, RC, and Miss Ann. So then in return, they'll tell me, well, shit, you ugly too. I be like, whatever, Nick. So, we get down like that. They knew all about relationships. You know why? Because they saw mom relationship, and what went on in relationships that they were able to see, it was because I wanted them to see. You say, not like me playing lip gloss and sometimes a little eyeliner. That's what's up. That's what's up. But with the whole makeup thing, I just always felt like I just did not have time. Okay. I have two scars. If nobody y'all notice, I have a scar here. And I have a little, it's up in, I can't get my head off. It's up in there. And I got those when I told the story. I stole my brother's little big wheel. He went inside the house. I might have been about 9 or 10. And I used to take it all the time. I was jealous. My mom and dad never bought us one, bought the girls one. And I was like, I'm gonna ride this big wheel. And my brother used to tell me, you better not get on my big wheel. I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna beat you up. And it was just this one day where I just could not do right because I wanted a big wheel. And RC did not get me a damn big wheel. And I was bad. Okay. I did the opposite. If I was told to come in at 10, I didn't come in till 11. If I was told to don't eat, my brothers and sisters don't eat my candy, they turned their back, I ate their candy. Okay. I am number 6 of my siblings. Okay. Hard head as heck. Unfortunately, I didn't get the most whippings though. My dad thought it was, like funny. Like, we can't just keep whooping her, she just do crazy shit. Go to school today. I leave out with the kids, with my sisters and brothers. Here, I went that way, they went that way. I wasn't never getting on the bus. At 7 years old, when the school bus would come, I don't want to ride the school bus. So that's one of my phobias. I've never, ever, I kid y'all not, been on public transportation. One time. And my sisters and them threatened that we gonna tell daddy to get on damn bus. But with my girls, as I sit and I listen to the people scream that, especially Drunken Larry made a statement that all of the women who has girls or so, probably should be locked up, probably should be condemned, maybe go to hell or all that stuff because you have girls. I find that statement a little far-fetched because things happen to us all individually, and we're all going to feel differently about it individually. We all are going to have some reasoning behind this. And my reasoning behind this whole thing here is that I raised mine. I raised the hell out of these 3 girls. Y'all, when I'm on here, where do y'all see Kodak? Where do y'all, Coda's home. Coda Bear is not an outside person. Coda is a little naive. She's very vulnerable. She's passionate. So you learn all your girls, right? You learn them all. Tasha was outgoing. Tasha is outspoken. Tasha is me all the way. Mhm. Tasha is me. She'll snap back. She'll kick back. She's a doer. She's a me, right? But she also knew. Nisha is controlling. Nisha is angry all the damn time. Nisha definitely could not grip of life because at the age of 11, then going into 5th grade, is where she started to gather that action that they like to call depression. And I could not understand where that was coming from at one point, right? I ignored it for a little while because I'm thinking as, she's just going through, whatever. She's the middle child. She's just going through. The middle child always seems to think that they're the black sheep. Right? It took me a minute to figure out what the hell is going on with Nisha. Nisha had showed no more interest in school. Nisha wanted to start hanging out at 12, 13. Not gonna fucking happen, but Nisha started to talk back. Was nothing never good enough to please Nisha. So I sat back and put on my observation antennas with Nisha. So I gave her a little rope because I had to figure it out. I started writing a lot. I have so many journals. It's crazy because I had to find answers for Nisha. So I would write down the things about Tasha, write down things about Nisha. And I had to come to the conclusions, oh my God, this is like a possibility of a jealousy thing going on, right? Because Tasha was my firstborn. Tasha was getting everything, you name it. Tasha was riding in the front seat. Tasha got 2, 3 bikes. Tasha got this. Tasha got that. Tasha got this. And I think that to my conclusion after writing a lot of stuff down, that I think Nisha had become jealous. And it was crazy because they're 6.5 years apart. So I was giving Nisha pretty much the same thing. At least that's what I thought, the attention and all of that stuff. But the minute that I had detected something wasn't right about her, the changes or this or that, I gave her a little rope, but I also followed in the background because I needed to know and feel my cue as when to step in. And I did. That's enough of that shit. Sit jazz down. And I XYZ her. So Nisha cleaned it up, got a lot better, started acing an A in math. Wrong friends. She started picking up wrong friends. And the only advice that I would give her on that is that you got to pick your friends wisely. Same thing that I do with Dakota. With Coda Bear, I can honestly say that I don't think I made any mistakes with her because I've been through it twice now with 2. So it became a lot easier. That's okay, Petey, get to work, girl. It became a lot easier with Coda Bear. However, I've learned that she is vulnerable, so I will not let the vultures get her. She's very, very timid. She's quiet. Coda Bear grew up as a hugger. I kid y'all not. Everywhere we went, she just wanted to hug people. Hey, so that enlightened me that she wants to be loved. right? So if she wants to be loved this much, meaning, and she wants to spread love, right? I had to think about the advancement part of her life, which means that she may fall in love or become timid to a lot of boys that in her ear, right? Because this is called, this was everywhere, at the grocery store, at the beauty salon, you name it, wherever we went. Coda Bear walked through the door and the people were like, oh, she is such a doll. And before you know it, Coda Bear didn't grab the person and seriously then walked up to him and hugged him. And it had got so bad to where I had to turn into a parent, like, no, I would have to hit her hand. No, this is not what we do. But then I'm asking myself, well, was that wrong? If she wants to love. At that time, maybe I was a little too harsh on her because I had to stop that behavior. I had to stop that pattern because I'm seeing where her mind is being captured by the vulnerability, or people easily saying things to her that sounds good. And she'd be, I love you, hey. So I killed that shit. She ain't a hugger no more. Like, this ain't what we do, boo. This ain't what we do. Just speak back and smile. They say you're pretty. So that method that I chose with Dakota, I wasn't worried about Tasha. Tasha was, a guy coming, this or that, or, Tasha tell you in a minute, fuck back off of me. Now I ain't going with you. Fuck are you? Or other than that, at this time of age, I can see Tasha right now saying, yeah. You want me to do what? I'm gonna have to see the cash. You understand? And I'm not putting that in a perception as a prostitute or a hoe. What I'm saying is that, oh, you gonna help take care of me? Or she's looking for that boundary. This ain't about because you said something good to me that I'm gonna go to you. In other words, she's like, my mama done taught me better than that. You understand what I'm saying? No matter what school you didn't went to, because Drunken Larry emphasized a lot in his narrative, in his live about, there's in school. You could be in school. You can work at a carnival. You can build the Underground Railroad. When a female's mind is made up, they'll do what they want to do. When the attraction comes along and someone is saying, hey, I like it, and you're pretty, and you're this or that, that's what women do. That's what some women do. They'll go and test the water. And I believe that Jocelyn went to test the water. Coda Bear has a friend boy. She'll be 17 on the 19th of April. What was that? Less than a month, or a month exactly here, right? I didn't have a problem with that. She's of age. The majority of the world, and I mean a big chunk of the world, usually finds their first crush around 16, 17. However, as a parent, it was my duty to make sure that she reaches that age where she is competent, stable, in case she gets pregnant. Okay. So what did I learn as a parent? I had to get her to the doctor. Let's do this. Because I literally own you until you're 18. After 18, there's not much that I can say or do, right? As far as her wanting to find that lane of her life, whether if it's going to have 10 kids or not. I don't know. But for now, Dakota's juiced up. I mean, she's doubled up. Well, she's doubled up because of one medication was just not working, but I did not want to remove it. And then so it was safe for them to say, well, you know what, we'll give her the birth shot, for the 3 years. And she has that. And then she also has the birth control that she takes, right? So, and it also helped with, in case you guys want to know, I don't, but I'm going to share it with you. She had bad cramping, bad flow of a cycle was killing her. I'm like, oh, what did I do? What did I do? So it helped. When I say that, putting her on 2 different methods, relieved, revived, she don't have any problems with it. It helped. Now back then, when we were growing up or whatever, you would just normally go through your cramping and your heavy flow or whatever, right? Uncomfortable. And I don't think I ever crossed a doctor that said back then, we're going to put you on two different ones, or whatever. And I was cautious. I was like, you sure? Can y'all do that? Is it one, like what's the side effects or whatever? And to be the grace of health insurance, and I'm grateful for that, it worked. Oh, you had it too? Okay. It worked. Well, my baby can go through woman stuff, without all of the agony and pain. And she has had no side effects or anything from it. So if that's something that you guys have your teenagers or whatever that's going through it, or even if you're still going through it, you might want to look into something like that, because I never thought that you can kind of do too. Most doctors will be like, well, no, we're going to take you off of this, and then we'll wait a couple of months or whatever, and then it'll put you on something else. So you say it tormented you? I've never had it, Elizabeth. I've never had unbearable uncomfortableness growing up. I never. Now my sisters, oh baby, they would be balled up in the chair. I used to ask my mama, like, what's wrong with, well, I'm not gonna call my sister's name. What's wrong with the what? She's like, they would tell me, go sit down somewhere. Go sit down somewhere. I'm like, okay, I was just wondering what's wrong until, I got old enough, and at, that age of 14 or 15 or whatever, then it's like, well, yeah, you're going to go through it. However, I never went through it. I can honestly say I never went through it. I told y'all that story once before when I was having my children. That cycle disappeared. Never had it. So, and to this day, I've never had to go into the stores and buy all of the necessities that you need. Something just didn't work in my body, I guess. I don't know. I started running track, basketball, and they used to tell me all of that. Like, it was because I started sports earlier, and then I don't know the medical terminology and stuff that they use, and my mom was running me back and forth to the clinics, and they were drawing blood, they was doing this, and I was being tested and blah, 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 till I got exhausted from it. It's like, Mom, I can't keep doing this. They're looking for something that's not there, which is like a cycle. I don't like, okay, is it a blessing or is it a curse? Like which one is it? My mom, oh, you're supposed to be having it. Where? And she swear to God, I'm pregnant. I'm not pregnant. You have to be sexually, involved to be. I'm not pregnant. But here comes the next month. My mom like, you start your cycle? Nope. Here comes another pregnancy test. Here comes another. Listen, it's gone, okay? Nothing I can do about it. Don't go talk to Jesus. I don't know. So fortunately, I don't have that much experience, and I don't have the stories pertaining to me of the uncomfortableness that us women go through. But I watch my children, and they survived. They survived the storm. So, yeah. But back to the philosopher at hand. So I was listening again, right? And I just can't make heed of it. And I'm pretty sure, like most of us, we click on these channels thinking that something important or more in depth is going to be spoken upon. And it's It's not, because I have to tell you, almost maybe 90% of his lie, I'm cringing. I'm literally cringing because when a person speaks as if they were naturally there, I can't get past that because that's my first question. You were there. Oh, people called and shared these things. This is exactly what went on inside the courtroom. Unfortunately, a lot of hearsay is exactly what's in a lot of this paperwork. It's a lot of hearsay. The more paperwork that I read, we're going to talk about that S that was on there too, because that woman had to point that out. And I could point out something too, because when you come across so many people that wants to try to find little small errors, but make an error as they find in your error, that's the funniest shit ever in my life. Don't go pointing out a harmless error and then you have errors. Mm-hmm. You have errors. So I'll be sitting over here, wow, it's always the smart people, but moving past that. In the paperwork, a lot of it, this past big paperwork, right, that I've been, it's like all over here, y'all. Literally talks a lot about videotapes. That's what it really talks about a lot. Doesn't talk a lot about, I met him this day or he got undressed this day. They don't talk a lot about the penetration of anything. They don't talk a lot about being caressed or massaged, in a figurative of speech, right? These girls don't talk about a lot about that. They only talk about child pornography. That's all they talk about. However, in the paperwork, when they speak about the child pornography, they talk about that one particular female, right? But they only showed up with that video with that one particular female. But there's three of them, right? What's her name? Josephine, right. He would set up a tripod. He would do this and he would do that. Jane and Paulina and Nia, right? But then I'm saying, but why are you're discussing this like in the paperwork to have some ridicule on it? But was there video with them on it? I don't know. I was not there. So I'm asking y'all, did y'all hear a video or something with them on it as a child? Was that even produced into evidence? Right? I'm asking myself that shit. All they can talk about was one person pretty much, let's say, on a video. I find that weird. I find that interesting how that has to be one of the main topics for the conviction, as the other females make their testimony, but never speak about, well, there's one with me on it. So I'm like, there's no repetitive behavior of child pornography. That's weird. Normally, you would, run a there's to categorize Kelly as a habitual pedophile, in my opinion, I have to see that pattern of behavior And I just don't. So like, what am I missing here? What am I missing? I don't see anything. Like when I'm reading this shit, I'm trying to see video tape number 7 with Leah, videotape 10 with Pauline, videotape 12 with Holly, videotape, 18 with cassette. Like where are they? Where are they? So going back to speaking on something to make it the extreme to the public, and because of their perception or his perception that there's one, and those have been copied or edited or whatever they call it, does not give him the title of a habitual P word like they call him. So it just it's disturbing. Like, you can't, it's not fair that you want to take one situation that occurred, right, and just continue to use that one to just keep dragging it out to stamp someone as a character that you want them to be. As far as humanity, we all, as they say, have been and done some things. Some of it, people will broadcast their things, and some of it, people gonna take to their graves on it. Yeah, well, you say that's how it works, but didn't the judge say that he's not? Yeah, they did, but they do not care what the authority has said, but they also want the authority. They want to use the authority, but how are you going to use the authority? How are you gonna do that if the judge says otherwise? How are you fighting against what she says? But they do. They clearly do. So that tells me that no, you're just people that just wants to be out here to just talking because of a development of hatred. There's that part of them where we gonna hate. The only parent out of all of the names that they have given R. Kelly, who is continuing to be vocal, is Timothy Savage, right? You didn't hear no parent or anything screaming the way these people were screaming, with the Nias or with the Paulines, or let me get my list of all these other girls who Drunken Larry like to call all of their names right. You didn't hear anything. Why haven't they printed articles about how bad they hate Mr. Kelly and they hope that he is buried under the building? Why are you hearing this from these people? I think, in my opinion, that those parents don't want to come out here to put out a story that is not there. That's just my opinion. But as a parent, speaking for like you ladies, right? Had it been one of yours, right? And you knew for sure that your child was 7 and 8 or 10 or 13 or whatever, you're going to be vocal about it, right? You're going to, I don't know, go. I can tell you about Coda, I can tell you about Tasha. I can tell you that I would have extremely been vocal about it had there been some videotapes of my child. I can tell you that I definitely will be vocal about if there was some type of threesome stuff going on, but you don't like hearing, not, and he has emphasized a lot about, Drunken Larry does, "No, where are the parents? Where are the parents?" Well, I literally just set a scenario about where were the parents with Tasha, Nisha, and Coda Bear. Literally just did that. They talk about parenting in a systematical way, right? How were they raised at home? Who had their guidance at home? Who taught them the no's and the yeses at home? Because at the end of the day, that is where it all starts. The life that was given to us as we were taught and as we learned started out by man. It was created first. They said that we were cut from the bone and produced from man. It did not take a rocket scientist. It really does. It does not take a master's degree. It doesn't. Once you learn the cycle of life. So the cycle of life is man and women. In order to have further creation of life, two has to unite. Okay? That means from what I've learned, let me put it that way, that God has gifted man to be able to feel some type of way, act some type of way, or whatever, to be able to capture, for lack thereof, a woman, right? So the foundations to life was already printed out, acted out, showed out for us who made a choice to continue life, right? To continue it on. So there it started our process of learning, right? We start to give birth. When you give birth, we acquire now a responsibility, right? Our responsibility is raising them up. There is no book on what's really right about raising them and what's really wrong. It's intuition and it's the studying of, as they say, God's word. Do it this way, do it this way, do it this way, do it this way. And then you follow through from other people. Oh, well, how did you get her back interested into math? Well, how do you get her to, not be so openly accepted to men, without, dotting her I's and crossing her T's when she's ready to cross that road, Did you get her equipped so that, she don't get pregnant right away or whatever? So there's always those, there's those boundaries that you have to take. Good morning, Rated R. Charlie, good morning, good morning. There's always those roads that we have to take, to make sure that as a parent that you're doing it right. But now once your child has entered into the adult world, what do we do as parents? We fall back. Gotta let them live a little bit. You take the rope off of them, son. Have fun, live your life, right? But they're older now. There's not much you can say or do. The only thing that we can do now, like I do with Tasha and Nisha, I've learned to listen more. I used to be the talker. because that was my job. I'm finna go over so-and-so, so-and-so. No, no, you ain't. Get your ass in the house. But see, now, because they're of age, Mom, we finna go kick it at so-and-so and so-and-so. I have to be the listener. Okay, just be careful. Don't get in the car. Don't be doing all this. Mom, you already taught us that. This is the feedback that I get from my girls. Be careful. Watch your surroundings. Everything that looks good because it has diamonds and jewels on doesn't mean that it's good for you. They get all of that. They still will get that today. And Anisha, she'll hang up on me. I hear that stuff. I know. And I know that they know because I'm sitting in my environment with my children, just like you guys are. Unfortunately, there were multiple females with all this paperwork, right? That somewhere came out and along with a lot of other people, adults, I guess I should say, who didn't mind pointing the finger that it's the man's fault. It's the man's fault. And where I'm from, some men will have a fault if it is forceful, if they are riding down the street, with that van that don't have the side windows to it, they just open up from the slide and they just throw them up in there and they tie them all up, stuff like that. I look at those people quite differently. I think that those people are the type of people that should go up in front of justice and have some type of consequences placed upon them. I do. Taking people's lives, I'm not for that. I think that no matter what, this whole death penalty stuff, I just don't get down with that. You punish them. That's what you built those walls for, right? And they're going to sit because they're not going to live 200 years or so either. I think that just putting a person there is suitable, enough depending on the situation, like that. What's the Milwaukee guy, all their head cutting off and burning people and stuff like that. Yeah, you're gonna have to sit there. You take a life, you're gonna sit here until God brings you to wherever, his choice of where you're going. You know what I'm saying? So talk it out for till death up in here, but I'm not gonna put you to death. I don't believe in that. But you have a group of people, a lot of people that would prefer to see Mr. Kelly, I guess, dead or for whatever the case is. But when you read all of this paperwork, right? None of these prosecutorial people put in this paperwork about he strangled a person to sleep and that person couldn't wake up. You don't hear in this paperwork that Mr. Kelly abducted any females. No. However, when you're messing with Drunken Larry, he will put it in a form of fashion like, like they said in here, coerced, lured. But that goes back to the growth of the child, the defining of the child. The child, if the parents would come out to say that I taught my child, I brought them up. Good morning, 312. Who am I missing? I'll try to catch you guys as you come in, right? It's not the parents' fault. It's what, the people that would say that likes to see Mr. Kelly probably dead today. They would say that. It's the man's fault. But as I was saying, I have hundreds of paperwork I have binders of all of this stuff. And when I read it, I'm looking for stuff like that. And I cannot find it. I cannot find where Mr. Kelly threw Geronda Pace back up over the fence and she died. I can't find it. What I do find is Geronda Pace, of course, standing outside of a courtroom as a young lady, defining her upbringings from her parental guidance. And she says, well, her dad was in jail, her mom was XYZ, just no guidance. Because I'm going to jump to Mr. Kelly's life, which I don't know. I just know the perception of how his life probably was, which was his life, right? Everybody, as far as I know, is entitled to make their life whatever it is that you choose to make it, right? As long as it is within the law. Not too long ago, everybody was saying that, oh, he's married. Just learned that he was married, right? Being a crazy person, like they like to call him, and nasty or this or that, and the allegations about Aaliyah, at least he did not have, doesn't show anywhere where he married multiple women at the same time. So that's out the window. Well, he's not that person. But why didn't he marry all of them at the same time? Y'all say he's crazy. Says that he doesn't like to do anything that's within the law. Why did he not have that on his mind? Because he could have done it with all that money that he had. He could have done exactly what these darn, what is this? You got a King Phoenix. And I get it because maybe those are older women. King Phoenix, who's aligned with King Yahweh. King Phoenix literally just posted up not too long ago, flaunting amongst the world all of his wives. He's in America. He's in the United States of America. And you mean to tell me that this Black American gets to flaunt on his page, on IG, all 7, 8 of his wives with multiple different children running around from all kind of background. But that's okay to the people. That's unethical. That's not right. I'm just saying, you don't have a problem with that. But Mr. Kelly don't have multiple wives all at one time and a whole bunch of children of different backgrounds running around. Now, you won't give him his points for that. So he did well somewhere in that damn area. He kept all 3 of his children within one woman. But I know the paperwork comes out to says that, oh, what, some of them might have had some abortions or so here and there. I think that wasn't that Lisa was one of them. If I call the names wrong, y'all correct me. Lisa said that, I think, right? They put that in the paperwork to juicy up the story, but yet then, do you know how easy it is to find out if someone, you know, especially with him, they found out about the pepperell with was it Prince? Was it Prince? Who got the pepperell? Yeah. They found out all about that. No problem. How he died. Michael Jackson, sorry. The pepperell. All that shit, right? They found out all that shit. But yet then you got a female who produces a story about, oh, you know, Amy had the abortions. But do you know in that paperwork, she never supplied the name of who gave this? Where was it at? Huh? Where was it? I think it was said a little bit by Demetrius. But Demetrius couldn't even give you all the fucking details about that to solidify that story. Let's just throw this in here. This will get it. And all of these stories seem so believable to the world because, oh my God, he has a tape out. What I do not hear on that tape, I never watched a tape. I'm talking about what people have said that was heard in the courtroom. You don't hear anything about penetration. What you do hear is he peed on a girl. I don't even read anything about he penetrated her till she passed out. I don't read any. Dave Chappelle did the skit, right? And when I watched the Dave Chappelle skit right there, I was like, okay, I get it, you know. Yes, that was wrong. You don't pee on a body. You know, that was wrong. I get that. But there is no penetration. Nobody is talking, not even her in this paperwork, even talks about how ill she was from being held down, from being penetrated, or any of that stuff. So then I had to, to question myself, well, okay, so he filmed just doing this. Oh, he filmed just throwing the money at him. Oh, he filmed because, or this or that. I don't know. And I'm like, well, that's not a just cause action to want to see a person dead or buried up in a jail. Especially if there was still a dad around, a mom around, to stop a situation from occurring by removing that child. That day that I watched the Dave Chappelle skit about the comedy about this P girl, that was the first question that I asked myself. Hopefully she's safe and back home with her parents. But then I pick up this paperwork and I hear the fact that, nope, she was still there. She was still living up over in what y'all like to call him, Rob's house. Girl, you still there. But the paperwork will tell you that it's because he was an authoritative figure. He was the man in charge, and I respect what people say, and I do what I'm told. Now I'm sitting here asking myself, well, you ain't gonna do what your mama and your daddy just told you? Like, you get away from people like that. Listen here, baby, we're finna deal with Mr. Kelly. This whole shit is over. But because Mr. Kelly was in a position of having, what was it allegedly stated, $999 million. They like to tell the story how Mr. Kelly says, well, no, here, let me give you some money and you go overseas till this shit dies down. Who's still at fault? How do you allow yourself to be enticed to something that these people claim that happened so detrimental to their child? How could a parent be bought? Hey, baby, how can a parent be bought? But you all want to see Mr. Kelly dead. How can it be bought? What was going on with the parents that accepted this alleged payout? What was wrong with them? What was wrong with them? This is where you get angry at. This is where you get angry at right here. What was wrong with them? Why are they the ones that ended up being psychoanalyzed? Why weren't they the ones that was brought in and put into some type of counseling class or this or that? Because evidently, if you took the money of the accusations or the allegations or this alleged tape that came out, they were okay with it. You can't come back, in my opinion, to talk about how scared you were, or he was going to have somebody chop us up and we was going to do this. Not when we have a whole goddamn government out here, not when you have neighbors out here, not when you got this alleged police force out here. Nah, you ain't scared. And all of that money at that time, I think it was a lot easier to even purchase a goddamn weapon. Take one for your daughter. So I have to ask again how easy that was, because I can't not imagine it. Here's the chat. What was his name? McDavid? The one that was suing him? When he was the one that, around writing the checks. They didn't want to see McDavid die or under the jail. Y'all don't want to see that. Nope, I can't understand that. You just want the person who you guys feel like is allegedly enforcing these rules. If you look at other cases out here, it's usually the other way around. It's usually the conspirator. It's usually the person who carried out the act that gets the most punishment. But for some reason, in Mr. Kelly's case, they just switched it back around to what they call what? The RICO. Well, we all know that the RICO does not apply to these charges that they have placed upon him. To his actions. He ain't sitting at the table chopping up dope. He ain't got a bunch of hoodlums on the corner with them guns, firing them off. He ain't transporting kilos over to Mexico. So what? He didn't have a whole entourage of freaking prostitutes, because one thing about Black people, they don't really transport prostitutes. Not Black men from the hood. They keep theirs right in the hood for sale. They ain't got to send them all over, cross over America. They keep them right there. This your corner, that's your corner, that's your corner, that's your corner. I'll be back through here by 8 o'clock, have my money. They ain't spending that much money to prostitute nobody all the way overseas. The hood people don't do that. Not the Black hood people, in my opinion. Now, unless they done elevated up the game where they got traveling people, and now what do that? Madams. Madams will do it. Madams will set up a shop over here, over in Europe, over in here, yeah. And madams will definitely do that. But hood guys, nah. Not when they can profit right where the fuck they are. Never do that. Open up churches and shit. Yeah, we had one in Chicago that opened up church. Yeah, they ain't shut that church down. Took them a while before that church was done. But let's look into Mr. Kelly's life. Let's kill him off. Yeah. But then they say, no, it's not the parents' fault. It's the guy's fault. Then some people says it's everybody's fault. Kudos to that. But I'm reading. I don't see no kidnapping. I don't see no kidnapping. Welcome to the chat, Deidre. The mods will welcome you in a little bit further, but I want to keep going. But welcome to the chat. It's crazy. It's just insane. It's very insane. But can't tell if they didn't eat or not. I'm looking at some well-eaten damn people. I watched Azrael take a whole cake out the refrigerator. We finna eat, we finna have some birthday, and all of this stuff. Since it played out on paperwork and the total opposite of what a lot of us have seen and what we have perceived, it's, like the paperwork is like just weird. They said that they was coerced, lured, all this goddamn stuff, right? Maybe, as like Jim Derogatis likes to put it, a lot of people find it hard to believe because they are Black girls. But what Jim Derogatis failed to know, that they're Black girls talking to Black girls, Black women. They ain't come out here to tell this story to the whites, to the Caucasians. They didn't do this. This story is solely sold to Black women. And being a white man, like Jim Derogatis, because you are white, is the fact that you cannot understand, like when he go on those panels and stuff, that's why you can't understand why so many Black women are speaking out and per se against what this detailed information is stating or quoting, and you'll never understand it because you have to live the life of a Black woman, and you can't do that. You can't do it. Yeah. Nobody never paid them any attention. That was funny because that's not true. That's not true. Had the police, I guess, to my understanding, with what was the other girl after or before Anita? Watkins, what's her name? The first one, right? Had she just kept at it, if that situation occurred and she went there, had she kept at it, she'd have got the attraction that she needed. But see, she had to not continue to go back around R. Kelly. That's all she had to do. But the resistance became a non-resistance. She kept going. 2, 3 years. I was there for 2 or 3 years. Why weren't you there for 24 hours and then this ain't what what am I supposed to be doing? Oh, let me go get my mother. Oh, let me go do this. So you have a bunch of women within 24 hours ended up being coerced, manipulated, eating poop, and within 24 hours. That doesn't happen in the Black community. The only way that would have happened is if they would have literally had the evidence to prove, to show that they done found netting, they done found a hatchet, they done found handcuffs everywhere, they done found a noose here, they done found glue, they done found all this shit. Then I would have gave the benefit of the doubt that, Mr. Kelly, you kidnapping and holding these people. What are you doing? They didn't have any of that stuff either. So with him being this monster, I don't know what type of monster I don't know what type of monster this is. I've never seen, like this type of monster who feeds, because they were eating. I never seen a monster who is inviting people to come inside of his world to see exactly what I do. I've got music, I this, let me hear you sing, let me do this. I've never seen a monster who has interest in anybody who can't goddamn sing. So obviously, what the hell are you here for? I see a group of people who was definitely interested in knowing and seeing, well, what's going on inside of, as you guys call him, Rob's world. You wanted to know. So that brings me to the game. brings me to the game. And Drunken Larry. This Drunken Larry speaks as if he knows the game. He's a street dude, right? The clubbing, we have a choice. When we go clubbing at 16, 17, 18, happened to me, happened to you, happened to you, you, if you ever been out there at 16, 17, 18. And you could recognize the cars, you recognize all of the women that is trying to holler, maybe at the same dude. Yeah, all the same dude and everything's part of the game. Yeah. You recognize the beepers, the pagers, the block phones, the hairstyles, the French braids is a dead giveaway. What y'all think? Because I always thought French braids on the guy when I was 16, 17, dead giveaway. Oh, no, you one of them, like you one of them bad boys. Even Drea Kelly said, oh, no, you was a bad boy. That's all you have to know. Like, this is his life. He's like, I'm not going to tie my life down. This is what I do. I'm in the fast lane of my life. I can rock 50 pagers. I can, goddamn it, have 50,000 women. I can do anything that I want to because I made who I am. And once you start to recognize personas of people, right? Instantly, you get to make up your mind about what it is that you want to do, how you want to join it. Do you want to join it? Now, once you join in and you're okay with that person's lifestyle, you have agreed to that lifestyle. It's within that lifestyle, as we saw, in my opinion, with Azrael, where if one person is getting a little bit more attention than the other person, this person, as females, we carry a jealousy trait, without a doubt. We do it to each other. My hair looks better than yours. My teeth is better than yours. I got more money than you. We go through that. It's just part of life. It is what it is, right? But you have Azrael. Somewhere, I was told, or I heard, or I read, was dropped off back at home. A lot of people say it was because of her age. A lot of people say this ain't your time. You can't be here right now. Nobody, really argues that enough for me. Why did Azrael need to come back? A lot of people say, well, it was something at home. She didn't want to do this. She didn't want to do that. Why would a monster tell a person that you need to finish school first? Why, if there is support of a person showing up to make sure that this person is getting through school, or I'm here to help you celebrate your graduation, when did we start identifying that person as a monster? When? Because I've literally been showed up and watched plenty of youth basketball games. But I like to watch them play. Let me see the game. Who finna win? Is it East or is it West? I didn't come because no goddamn Asian old boys. I want to see these boys and how they are growing into basketball, and possibly watching some of them get scouted out from a scouter to become a profession. Or I want to watch the game so I can sit up and brag and go at it at another parent about, woo, West better than East. Them boys got damn. But I'm old. I will sit there watching for that reason. But they put the perception out here that, oh, why do you think that he showed up at these games? Or why do you think that he showed? Could it not be that he's just being a person? A person. They labeled that, no, he was there to pick them all up. Funny thing about it, though, whatever it was. And if they this is what they saying, I need to understand who, because I throughout this paperwork, I don't see shit that's saying that multiple 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 women was getting in the car. I can't find that. I cannot find. So did all 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 women or girls get in the car and we just don't know about it? And y'all couldn't find them? They was locked in a dungeon? What did he do? Throw them in the trunk? Where are they? Their videotapes. Chicago is very known. We're recording a bunch of stuff. The whole McDonald's story or this or that, and not one single freaking person in these stories says that they were picked up at McDonald's. Can I get a yes or a no in the chat? The stuff that you guys have watched people read out here on YouTube, the information that the prosecutors put inside of the paperwork, do you guys recall M's story of Mr. Kelly, not Mr. Kelly, of any one of these young ladies being picked up at McDonald's? Well, because if not, then that story is thrown out the fucking window, because they should definitely have multiple stories and who it was of him picking up somebody at McDonald's. But I can't find one. I can't find one. And I done looked and I done looked. I promise y'all, I'm looking for the McDonald's story of our. What the fuck is it? Who? I was very interested of knowing who. Well, it wasn't Mia, it wasn't Pauline, it wasn't Holly, it wasn't Lisa, it wasn't that one, it wasn't that one. Who? Where are they? Because the excuse that they gave, Jim Derrick Goddess, or Drunken Larry crew, and a lot of other media output channels, they laid on that story hard. COVID, where are they? Where are they? I'm trying to really align my mental with a little bit of what y'all thinking, but I can't, because you don't have, it's never there. Every time y'all quote some shit, I can't find it. Where is the validity of y'all stories? I can't find the shit. I'm running out of ink over here looking for shit. And ink is expensive. Where the fuck is where's the McDonald's people at? I want to know the truth. Where are they? But in order for that McDonald's story to suffice, the way you guys plan it out here is by aligning it with your own theory about, oh, well, he was always around there. I seen him talking to them girls. He was there, but not once can you put a picture, anything? Can you name one of them? Javante, I think is what, was it her? I don't know. Can't find. So with that McDonald's, let's just throw that on out the door. Because you need it. Yeah, they was held captive, girl. He was throwing them in the trunk. He did this. It's 10:27. So let me move right along because I got to be getting ready to go. Then I'll be back later on. I won't have part 2 to this here. But as Jim Derrick Goddess jumped his ass inside of a Black person's world. And, all because I've been following him. I'm a music critic. And follow him. And I was being told, not once in this paperwork, I think it's the exploratory evidence, right? Let me pull that up right quick. It's just the fact that how they really sat and just stretched so much details that just wasn't there. That's all. How you doing, Loki? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? So much. I think that in order to prosecute, so I feel, hi, so in order to have done so, I really do believe that Mr. Kelly's trial needed to go on. It should have been the longest trial of the century, because all of these details, it really needed to come out. It really, the defense really needed to bring out way more stuff that they were allowed to do so with, the sidebars and things like that. The parents needed to be on the stand. The world needed to know, what is it or what was it that failed their children? That could have been a great learning experience, other than the interview that you saw with Angelo and Shabazz and his daughter, right? The role of the parenting needed to be played out. It would have helped the general population. It would have helped, because now we could have looked inside of our lives to make sure that we see what we're doing right and what we're doing wrong, in order for the allegations of their children out here being kidnapped, coerced, transported for prostitution, getting venereal disease. We need to know, how do we prevent that? But let's jump back to Joy. Right? Tim Savage is upset. Drunken Larry seems to think that a lot of people are not passionate or empathizing his story about not having his child. Should a man go to bat for their child? I don't think anybody ever disagreed that he should not. I think that the argument, in my opinion, is his child is of age. He did do some things that can possibly anger his child. Her life was put out here. She was filmed publicly by her dad. Embarrassing moments. So they took a stance the other day that I saw. Joy, go home. Joy, go home. Go ahead, protest for Joy. But I think, in my opinion, that Drunken Larry should not put out here as if he know exactly what is going on with Joy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you put out here that you knew she's probably not eating. You said, who's feeding her? R. Kelly's locked up. But if you put that narrative out, and we're talking about a grown ass woman who's soon to be, what, 30 almost, and don't know how to feed themselves, then that shows that you have lack of support thereof for Joy. You are undermining Joy. To me, I would take that as an insult. To me, you're saying that she's not holding down the mentality to be self-sufficient at going on 30. Are you saying that because of the way she left that college to go be with a person of whom she chose to desire? Is that what you're saying? I'm just trying to understand that. You're undermining her. You're not giving her any points. You're not giving her anything. You're not elevating her. Tim has a different journey than yours. His is about, he wants his daughter home. Yours is about receiving the accolades for speaking on behalf of Timothy Savage. And that's the wrong path, in my opinion, the wrong journey to be taken. I'm not having the accolades now. And you know why I say that is accolades? Because you like to throw in your interjections aligned with Rob when he's incarcerated. And when you do your interjections that way, it is very, very easily for a person like me, who YouTube over here feels that she's not that fucking intelligent, or she doesn't have intellectual skills, or she can't articulate. That's what I say to that shit. When you stop interjecting your meaningless bullshit, that maybe, just maybe, you would come off to sound as if you make any goddamn sense. Because right now, after I reviewed and put in my opinions, that lie was totally bullshit. And I would give credit when credit is fucking due. But you know, as a man, and if you're sitting up in there, reverse the roles, like Beyonce says, if I was a boy, reverse the roles. Reverse the roles. You know good goddamn well that R. Kelly ain't making no goddamn say so over whether if Joy should eat or get on social media or do this. Why come you just couldn't explain that she's a grown woman? Maybe she's just choosing to not do so, so that she does not enter herself into the demonic public opinions out here. What was wrong with that? What was wrong with her having her own private life? How do you even know that she might not even be, she might be hooked up with somebody else who's taking care of her now? How do you know? So to be putting in presumptions out there, I'd be like, boy, this is some straight bullshit. I seriously think that Drunken Larry, in my opinion, humbly and fashionably, because I'm sitting here fashionable in my jammies, jammy stuff. I seriously think that he should talk with his mask on. I do. There is no way until I see him as a reborn, what do they call a reborn Christian or whatever he is. Maybe he's not, I don't know what he is, reborn. Until I see them take that head under that water and tell him that you've been baptized in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Ain't no way in the hell I would ever believe anything of that man coming out his mouth trying to speak on knowledgeable shit of what a person should and should not do. There ain't no fucking way. That's like following a fucking snake through the fucking garden. I'm gonna follow this snake. You find it that it was okay, or you got coerced. Let's use that word. You got lured into the entrapment of scamming, bank right checking, or bank this or bank fraud that or bank that, and brags about 1 point something million dollars. You have had the best of the life. You've known the best of the people, but yet then there was some failure in your parents. I'm just saying. I ain't never had the thought or the presumption of me finna go out there and draw up a blueprint or get connected to somebody who has been ripped off and then talk about it and then do a little jail time about it. And your life is okay now. You're okay. It's no big deal. Yeah, I did that shit. Doesn't matter. I'm not a sinner no more. I'm not a demon no more. Nope. But see, that's to the people. You can convince humanity on whatever you want to convince them on. And those of humanity have the right to choose if they believe your shit or not. But they say that there's the one person that you just cannot fool in life. You know, I don't know what's going to happen to him, and I really don't care. It's not my job to depict that, oh my God, you're never going to make a buck the rest of your life, or oh my God, you know, you're going to have a flat tire. shit ain't up to me. What's up to me is what God has implanted amongst us, common sense, what we gain, what we learn. And God will sure detour your mind from being manipulated and abused or coerced or lured into, in my opinion, drunken Larry's bullshit. You can't have it your way like Burger King. You just can't do it. You can't sit there and gloat and say, well, no, they should take all the people who is for R. Kelly and condemn them and burn their ass. Or you can't, all of y'all, you go right to jail with him because he hurt the kids. But yet then in the paperwork, and according to the judge, she didn't call him a pedophile. You guys are. According to the paperwork, I don't see anything in these paperwork literally detail. They can detail everything about a video. They can detail how he kept us in the room. They can detail how he crawled on one knee to us, but they somehow fall short of the detailing of Mr. Robert Sylvester Kelly tying us up, penetrating me, left me there with duct tape on and this or that. And Drea Kelly did try. He hog tied me. She tried that shit. But everybody get to watch and see how flexible she is on her videos. So you can imagine, being hog tied. If you can squirm and squiggle and get it, you're going to get the fuck up out that hog tied. Hog tied, but she never said, Drunken Larry. And Drea never said that he duct taped her mouth, but he hog tied. These teeth out here, they work on anybody's body like a fucking cutting knife if you know how to use it. So all that hog tying and that fucking bending that she could do, she could have chiseled right on the fuck through that shit with her teeth. These are weapons too. Yeah, she never mentioned that he duct taped. Never mentioned that shit. If he didn't duct tape you, you had two things to do: scream your ass off or chew through the motherfucking rope. Everybody took a day or two. You can chew the fuck out of that damn rope because you can chew it loose. Most black people most black people, they don't even know how to even do I forget the name of it, right? The tie that you can't untie. You learn it like in Boy Scout. And that tie you took to do there. Most people don't even know. Black people don't even know how to do that shit. They just put, got a little bow on you. We wrap it around several times. That's that. We don't even know how to do it. She ain't said nothing about when Mr. Kelly had a knife laying on the bed. None of that. Only Faith Rogers. And she seen one at the damn studio. Was it Faith or was it Lisa? One of them. Oh, he had a gun at the studio. Can you imagine how many people got guns every damn? They guns everywhere. She said nothing about he cocked the gun. Nope. All she said was she saw the weapon. Did he cock it? Did he put it to your head? Did he put it in your back? Did he stick it up your coochie? Which one was it? None of that was said. And the prosecutors planted it on the paperwork as part of some admission of evidence that Mr. Kelly is crazy with a gun. He possessed a gun. So you see how my point is, how, in my opinion, the prosecution reached entirely too far to make the entire world believe this shit. Maybe they'd have kept it to the middle. Maybe if they'd have not went all the way left to sign people up and offer them some deals on this or that. Now, how is that not coercing, Drunken Larry? How is that not? I don't understand, Drunken Larry, how you guys do not want to see the prosecution prosecuted. I don't understand that shit. I don't understand that. You are comfortably okay for a set of people to go do some wrong shit just because they're doing it wrong, to put harm on somebody that you didn't like because you got dragged into or you joined it for beneficial capitalizing gain, it was okay. See, it's okay when it's something that you can be appeased about or happy about, whichever word you want to use. Satisfies you. Yeah, we got our Kelly now. But you ain't mad about how the hell they went after him, which aligns to unjust. That's not check and balance, Junkie Lad. I'm here to tell you, that ain't check and balance. If you wanted to have some type of accolade and all the views and the clicks and the money off of Mr. Cali, then why aren't you, as this stand-up guy who you are portraying to be now, because after you have served your time for doing wrong for doing to general population, or establishments, we put that, the big businesses or whatever, which is just the father, that's the father. Underneath the father becomes the general population. Because without the general population, there wouldn't have been no goddamn big business for you to attack and steal money. That's all I'm saying. But you okay with them. See, because they say bad people will lift bad people up. And you know damn well that these prosecution bullshit up in this paperwork with overreaching the way that they did should not, and I repeat, have you over there with your goddamn pom-poms on. But you can, I bet you recognize all that bad shit. You do. It comes easily to a person to do when you are used to doing bad shit. But it was okay for you because you needed the acknowledgement. You need to highlight. You needed to be that person that says, no, I helped bring R. Kelly down too. I talked to those people. I know how those girls are feeling. You are a man and you have nothing, nowhere close mentally to understand what the fuck a female feels like. None, because you're a man. And I'm tired of people trying to put them two together. If you're a man, understand what the fuck a man going through. If you are a woman, we understand what women go through. Some of these women, some of them, very minimal, and there's some. There's compassion. There's compassion for joy, but there's also understanding for joy. And Timothy needs to understand that joy is of age. And the shit that he is preaching to nothing but a bunch of females out here, his own life is damn near 90%, 99% women who has children. Some of the children are going to be females. So the way you preaching it to think that a woman don't understand what it is that he could possibly be going through is insanely crazy to me. However, you're missing the whole understanding part about it, because what then had happened has happened. And it happens probably to a lot of us. I broke down. My two oldest girls is ready to go. Oh no, I want y'all to stay home. I know what this man shit finna do to you. Oh my God, he's gonna say this, he gonna tell you that, he gonna do this. One day he gonna pay the rent, one day he ain't. Y'all gonna fight. Who gonna get? I know it all. Jocelyn is in college. Evidently, she didn't read or came across or watched movies or been on to know the whole freaking goddamn blueprint of the game. Timothy made very minimum noise about her first, love or her first wing ding with Darius or whoever. I remember that damn video. Yeah, I do. You made very minimum noise with that because I guess you did not want to put the perception out here that, oh my God, my daughter is sexually active before R. Kelly. But that's what it was, because she said that. She said, oh, sorry, Darius. But you made very minimum about that. She was probably sneaking off and wing dinging with underage. You didn't even know. Tim Savage didn't even know, I don't think, because when he was filming her, you could literally hear the hesitance. You can literally hear that small breathe, that breath. Yes. Yeah, think about that. Oh, yeah. Your daughter had already been wing dinging. You didn't even know. And I can understand how that feels as a mother, knowing that, oh my God, all the time we're thinking that your child or my child is a virgin. How long do you think your child is going to hold on to virginity, especially, the persona who they hang around and the colleges that they may go to? Maybe it was her best friend that might have been a bad, wasn't a good character for her to be around. Maybe the best friend was boring and bitch, you ain't got anything popping. What's going on? Where them niggas at, girl? One time it's the club. See, at home, your daughter, my daughter, and other people's daughters, they act a certain way at home around their parents. Put a word in the chat. Don't they act a certain way? They come home angels as hell. They dressed all, decent and everything. They do that shit in front of us. They do. And I'm sitting there going, I know damn well when the minute Tasha leave the hell up out of here, Tasha is about to put on her mini skirt and her dookie boots and her big juju beads and the tennis. I already know. You know how I know? Because most of us did that to our parents. You want to go to that skating at night. You want to hit that club. You do. But you got to come home and be this sweet little, dressed all nice, ain't nothing showing or whatever. And that's to get mama to say, yeah, you could go. Go ahead. Be back here at such and such a time, right? Shit. So you turn that corner, bitch, change this shit, bitch. We about to go get it up. How you know Joy wasn't like that? All because of what she showed you inside the home. But yet then it was inside of Timothy Savage's home where she breaks out and says, Kelly is mad at me. I'm on a 2-week, he won't talk to me for 2 weeks or whatever, because he found out that I was hucklebucking, I was wing dinging with Darius. Tim was over there like, oh, you were? I get it. It comes as a shock to know that your sweet baby girl, the one I'm looking for some, so y'all will see me looking over here. Your sweet baby girl, who they all, knew that she was sweet up in the house. Joy was just a sweet, sweet, sweet. But Joy is a female, just like how all of us females are predominantly on YouTube are. Yeah. Some of us have been captured by men. Some of us been captured by broke ass niggas and been left off with that nigga. Shit. Like, cause they like them. Yeah, Hucklebucket girl. I ain't gonna show you. Hucklebuck is a dangerous mood, Janet. You gotta be in good physical condition. I ain't even finna go there with you either, Janet. I am not. No. But yeah, let me find my thing right quick because time is a ticking. I thought I came on earlier enough to sit and chat and kick it with y'all. Oh, you know what? I forgot what day it was. Yeah, so I mean, to his surprise, this is not natural. This isn't cool. This isn't what my daughter do. This man come around, with the collaboration of Drunken Larry. He's verifying it. He's put validity on it. And because she's in school. Well, to my understanding, and I'm not throwing shade, I'm just doing a comparison. Didn't Drunken Larry show us how well his daughter was doing? Didn't he talk about her? She's in school and she was getting a master's and they started or her degree or something. And then they started her own merchandise line. When they doing that, I need somebody to respond to me before I go on with that one, though. You see, a little bit, little bit, Elizabeth, little bit Wayne Dang. Not much, a little bit. Wayne Dang. I'm just saying. I thought I saw Drunken Larry talk really good about his daughter, she's doing this, she's doing that, she's doing this, she's doing that. And then I believe on a few of the videos that I captured out here that she was now into, like, the studio dancing, and the legs are spread wide open, and this or that or this or that. And I'm pretty sure she as well has now entered into the life that they call relationships, right? And there's a lot that in your child's relationship that you're not going to know about. We only get to hear about it when some things are going bad. They need your help now, or this or that, or the guy that made them mad, all that stuff. That's when we come into play. But I say that to say this though, right? With okay, now I'm gonna have to go to my phone because I thought I sent it to this thing. So, but with Timothy Savage, it has come into hi boo, what you doing? What you doing? You don't feel good? Let me see. It's easier for me to you got a wolf pack. You got a wolf pack. You want to know what it says? It's really good news. So I was like, go Coda, go Coda. Hold on, I'm looking for something, y'all. Every time. So I'm gonna have to do it the easy way. Okay, so now that I found it, I'm just gonna play it from my phone, right? And I do not own the rights to this video. So you have had Tim Savage come out, and he's still upset. His Joy's not home. He wants her to come home. He says that he understood a lot of things that he has said that may not sit well with Joy, may have her upset, but it still does not give the excuse for his child not coming home. So then you had a follow-up channel, which was Drunken Larry's channel, right? That speaks on that it's Mr. Kelly that allegedly is still holding her there as hostage. He's able to manipulate. He still has allegedly people under his control, is housing her, and she not allowed to do this. This is what he tells his people. She not allowed to do this. She can't do this. She ain't eating right. What about her clothes? Who doing her hair? All this stuff. And I think that speaking for the people as a woman and coming up on the age of 30, if she doesn't know how to do any of those things, I think that Drunken Larry, you might want to agree to me that would be a lack of knowledge and training coming from the parents. It's like when you're out in the wilderness, you still should be able to, adapt and produce and function off of some of the things that your parent have taught you. That's it. Survival tool. Your parents, before you leave home, teaches you your survival tool. So even if she has not returned home or whatever, waiting to plan to return or not, she still should be able to have that intellect skill of what her parents had taught you. It never leaves you, Drunken Larry. It never leaves you out in the wilderness. It doesn't. She's in the wilderness. Per se, you and your people, you don't know who can have her. So let's just hypothetically say that she can't get a bite to eat. As a matter of fact, let me send this to my email so that, yeah, I can hear it through the speaker. Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. Right? But you're out here again, solidifying and being a trooper. And I say bad people recognize bad people. You don't have a problem doing so at all. None. It's just an easy thing for you. But I am going to play this. And just because his daughter has not returned home, you're still standing behind someone who has a type of behavior that clearly shows that it was some BS in this game of the setup on R. Kelly. You guys seem to want to keep making a U-turn around that. So I did a live the other day, and I said that if Mr. Kelly should do a lie detector test demanded by Timothy Savage, that Timothy Savage, oh geez, where is it? Okay, come on. Should also do one for Mr. Kelly or for the general population, especially after this video. And I'm going to play this video. I do not own the rights to this video. Can I get a disclaimer? I'm using this video under the Fair Acts 107 and all the rest as soon as I can get it to come up. It will not come up. I may have to play it by my phone. I got a whole bunch of other shit that's up here. I got a lot of TikToks coming up for some damn reason too now. Okay, so I'm just going to play it by the phone. I do not own the rights to this video, but this is the person who you are now, working with, not working with, but speaking on.
Well, I'm trying to get under.
So
told me that she is friendly. If the rumor that I heheard is true, that you're just waiting. Okay.
Shout out to Daytime Tea Time, because this is her video. So let's listen to this.
Timothy Savage is talking to a woman named Cash Jones. Cash Jones actually called me directly and identified who she was, explained that she is the one who recorded the conversation, but she said she's not the one who sent it to me. She explained to me that she is working undercover. She told me that she is friends with R. Kelly, but she used to be Timothy Savage's publicist. She told me that the FBI is involved in all of this and that she's working undercover. And I'm going to explain all of that to you after you listen to this recording between Timothy Savage and Cash Jones. And also at the end of the recording, please listen closely and you will actually hear Timothy Savage flirting with this woman, Cash Jones. Okay, let's get into this recording. This is what I'm saying about your family. Why you getting your face from that stupid in the motherfucker? You're going off hearsay, but I got your number. I got your number. You shit, your ass is in the done. Real talk, because I don't fuck around when it comes to somebody calling doing their thing.
Now, let me pause that there. Because as I stated, my live the other day was just putting my opinions out here on Timothy Savage requesting for Mr. Kelly to do a lie detective test. He wants to get next to Joy any kind of way possible, any way he sees fit. That's his prerogative, whatever. There's just ways of going about doing it, that can happen instead of just yelling about it, in the screen to get the attention or to get a verbal opinion that will cause him to have a flare-up reaction with threats. Well, if you say this, then I'm going to have all of you guys placed in jail. I got the people in my hand and they're waiting to lock you people up. Like, who says some shit like that? I don't know. But in this video, you will hear Cash Jones, laughter, the one you remember, who also played both sides, Rob's and you guys. Well, not you per se, but Timothy Savage and Angelo and whatever subby people that was up underneath them, like, Jasmine, all these people, right? They knew him. They knew him. They knew each other. They knew. Now, Cash Jones came out later on and was telling the people that, I had to do what I had to do. I was writing a book. I had to get paid. And her getting paid, meaning, in my opinion, was from both sides. She was looking to gain something, hypothetically and allegedly, from the R. Kelly side. And I do believe, in my opinion, that this is what brought the communication between her and Donnell Russell. I'm still going to stand on my opinion of how I feel about that. I listen, there's a reason that I believe that Don Russell even accepted the fact of having communication with Cash Jones. We may offer you this, and this is just how the fuck I feel about it. It doesn't mean that it's true. For you to find out this or this or this or this from that side. So that got Cash Jones in a little bit closer to, up in the R. Kelly side to record and do whatever she wanted to do. And the same thing transpired over with the Angelo side. They was, hey, we got some money for you. I'm gonna date you. I'm gonna fuck you. I'm gonna be your man. We're gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. And as long as you get this information from their side. So she was always an author of confusion, an author of a distractor out here. But it was only intended, in my opinion, for a monetary gain, a come up, a book. This woman also, in my opinion, from the stuff that I have read and analyzed, have sat with Jim Derogatis as well. We've heard that, we've heard it. But this is one of the reasons, as opposed to why Timothy Savage needs to bring out and be put on a lie detector test as well. He has the information. And this is also part of one of many videos where his daughter, if she comes across this stuff, gets to watch her dad with the shenanigans. And he will tend to tell the people that you all don't understand. Drunken Larry tell you he needs to have his daughter home. But when you can reach into the cookie jar and find reasons of why a person will not return home after watching a bunch of shenanigan stuff like this, her dad. This is her dad. it's easy for a person to make up their mind and like, no, nope, I'm not going. I'm not going. So at some point, you might need to have to stop blaming it on a person that is incarcerated, can't do shit. Stop being mad at how he is fighting for his life, whether it's emails or sending a goddamn kite up off the roof of that damn building. Because you fought for yours as well too, Drunken Larry. You were out here as well trying to make sure that your wife was taken care of. You was out here to send me some books, write me some letters, do so and so. You also had people that was writing in on your behalf or not on your behalf to the judge and whoever else against you. So you know the process, you know the system, and you know humanity on the reactions that a person will take when they are incarcerated. You know that.
That bank needs to get her ass checked. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna check her motherfucking ass. Okay, well, I pulled up mama to the side. We was in that goddamn room. I told her mom, I said, you need to check your daughter. I got 4 hours of motherfucking audio tape, videotape. You need to check that bitch and put her where she belongs. Because her ass is like a loose cannon right now.
Now let's back that up because he said that. What about the audio?
But she used to be Timothy.
He said that.
Publicist. Your ass is gonna be done. I don't fuck around when it comes to somebody calling doing death threats. No. That bank needs to get her ass checked. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna check her motherfucking ass. Okay, well, I pulled up mama to the side. We was in that goddamn room. And I told her mom, I said, you need to check your daughter. I got 4 hours of motherfucking audio tape, videotape. Check that bitch and put her
4 hours of Faith Rogers. It's 4 hours of videotaping of Faith Rogers, and they have Faith Rogers up in paperwork suing people, claiming that she caught this type of venereal disease, claiming this, doing that, and they have a man who is searching for his daughter, admits that he has 4 hours of audio of Faith Rogers and her mom lying, making up shit, doing this, doing that. They all over the place, yada, yada, yada. But the government, they're not aware of this. Or did they ignore this? That's not admissible. You mean that this is not admissible, even though it is part of the defense. But see, this is primary, one of the reasons, and Drunken Larry and a lot of people know why a lot of the parents, even though he was not, and his daughter was not in the paperwork or, in indictment, none of that, I get that. But yet then you can still find probable cause off of what someone has said pertaining to the subject. He was part of the subject. He is. It's part of the subject. He created this subject. And inside of the subject is details, detailing information that can sway either for or against. The courtroom has decided to not make the stuff that would sway for the defense admissible. That's why, that's just my opinion. Had they ran Mr. Kelly's trial accordingly to all of the subjects that is at hand in this situation, that developed this foundation around him to get every little piece of every individual who brought this upon, and that includes Jim Bergos. He should have not been able to have no goddamn Fifth Amendment, but he did. I'm pretty sure that the defense could have found some way around it. I think that they tried to fight it, but he insists when it got him an attorney to fight that. The bullshit about Demetrius on the stand. And it goes on and on and on and on and on. They only brought in people that would sway to the prosecution side, that would put information out bad about Mr. Kelly, like he said. There's nothing over here in a good favor for Mr. Kelly. Nothing. Not much at all. Nobody in there showing up, and I'm sorry, with the booker who knows every freaking goddamn thing. What they fail to tell the public out here, Booker does, is why did they not select you? What he did was ask Sean why these certain people wasn't selected. He didn't tell you that he offered to be there. I didn't hear that part. Like, we was there. And if that was the case, hell, he should have been on the list way before the end of this shit. He should have been on the list coming from Greenberg in the other one. Yeah, but let's go.
Okay, wait, calm down. I was waiting on the perfect time to interrupt because I can tell you're upset. No, it's okay. Well, I'm trying to get an understanding. What? Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so Faith is just upset with Jalen. Like, I don't understand. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I'm like, what the fuck? Jalen don't even say nothing to nobody. Jalen don't even want to be a part of this R. Kelly shit. To be honest with you, Jalen got some other shit going on. She don't even want to be a part of this shit. She could have been messing with Summer when Summer was saying all this shit about Offset. She could have ended an interview with that shit. I told Jalen, leave that shit alone. You know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to understand is, what is Summer to Faith? Because Kelly kept calling her sister. Yeah, they've been growing up together since day one, from childbirth. Also, this is just the type of shit.
So now when you heard that part, when she asked him what was Faith to Summer, because Kelly kept telling her that they're like sisters. And I'm sitting here asking myself, well, how long has she been speaking to Kelly? How long has Cass Jones been speaking to R. Kelly? How is it that Mr. Kelly, if this is a new person, and she ain't been there in the last 20 or 30 years, how you talking to this damn woman? Did she introduce herself to Kelly as a journalist and, hey, I want to write your story? What in his right mind made him just speak to an actor? What in his right mind? What? Was it because she was just a female out of nowhere? Did Mr. Kelly, I got to ask him, did you interview this girl thoroughly? Did you have her bring in her receipts of whom she fucking was? But the minute Cash made that call and it went live about, oh, well, they trying to set you up. That was your red flag to get the fuck off this phone, get away from this goddamn girl. Who trying to set me up? He says, who? The Angelo and them, you shouldn't do that show. Like, all the red flags was right there. Like, no, I gotta cut you off. Can't talk to you. No. It was crazy, right? So, I don't know, some things like that I have to, I question. like, dude, what in the hell, dude, what in the hell? Oh, I gotta get ready to get up out of here. Let's finish this.
No, because the Summer thing is right. You're saying the right thing. You're saying it right. They do this type of shit.
I'm coming, boo.
All the mug shots and shit are fake. Oh yeah.
You start the truck for me so I can warm up.
I don't fuck with people unless they fuck with me. If you fuck with me, then we got a problem. I don't fuck with people like that. Oh God. Oh God. I don't know what to say. I didn't expect this. No, she messed it in a motherfucker. I can tell. I can tell. I don't go off of hearsay. If you call and threaten my daughter and I overhear a conversation, that's not hearsay. That's a motherfucking threat. And my daughter don't give a damn about what's going on with Faith and whatever. I could have been exposed that bitch, but I didn't.
I don't know.
Anything you got on that bitch, let me know. I'm gonna get that bitch. She done fuck with the wrong one. And I hope her motherfucking brothers and daddy come for me. I'm gonna blow their ass off too. I want them to do something. I'm gonna fuck them up just as well. Come on, bring the noise, motherfucker.
Oh, God. Okay.
I try to not get upset. But the mother, I don't know who they be fucking with.
I get it. I get it. It's just that, I don't know. Faith, I don't know.
Yeah, she all over the place. The mama can't control it.
Well, maybe she all over the place because she lying. When it comes down to Faith, I'm skeptical about Faith. I don't know.
That bitch lying. I got her chilling in 4 hours of motherfucking tape. That bitch mama told her to go back and get some more motherfucking proof. I got this shit on motherfucking video and audio. I just trying to hold that shit because my daughter's in a situation. I got that bitch saying it on goddamn tape, video and audio. You can see her goddamn face saying this shit.
That's crazy as hell.
But I'm not messy like that. I just want my daughter out this shit. I don't want to get involved in that old dumb shit. That's between her and my kids. But when you start threatening my daughter, I'm not able to be fucked with. And no, we can go to a professional level or we can go to the hood level. Whatever way you want to take it, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I am. It's just like Trill brother. He always get blah, blah, blah. Nigga, this nigga didn't do shit.
Yeah, he was killing me.
Yeah, I'm like, nigga, what? Get the fuck, step the fuck back, nigga. It's about my daughter. All these niggas be about that ya shit don't do shit. Niggas ain't about this life, man. I ain't gonna never bag up from a nigga. I ain't never ran from a nigga, period.
Oh, shit. Oh, it's too early. Okay. Well, I'll see what I can find.
Anything you can find on that bitch, I'm gonna fucking destroy that bitch.
I'll see what I can find. But let me take a shower because we got to get ready to check out soon, and then I had to head to the airport. So I'm going to call you back when I get out of the shower. Yes, I got to take a shower.
Maybe I need to stay on the phone.
Maybe he needs to stay on the phone. So I ask again, he has the serious side about his daughter. And next level, I am not going to disagree with you. Cash got in through Don and Julius. By what? By way of what? Acting like a woman. Hey, I know some things. Yeah. I mean, that Angelo guy, yeah, I used to be there, and I know, and I've been over on his side. Yeah, and he doing X, Y, and Z and something. But if y'all let me do something, then we can take down Angelo. That's how that was next level, in my opinion. So yes, you had two men, allegedly, that ended up, getting phone calls from a Cash Jones, allegedly. And she sweet talked her old way on up in there to play both sides. And she got in. She got in. And that's, in my opinion, exactly how she ended up not being forced to, not being indicted. She's not being indicted. But I know for sure that with Don Russell going through, with Faith Rogers on here and all that lawsuit stuff, yeah, get this audio. Get them 4 audios that Tim Savage says that he has. He probably don't have them anymore. He probably done buried them and they in the water or whatever the case may be, right? But yeah, that would have been great discovery right there on behalf of that. And then let it trigger backwards. You feel me? Next level, send it backwards. So that now you can also see Faith Rogers, let it occur, replay back out up there in New York, and then let it play back out over there to Gloria Allhead, Allred, or whatever her name is, her, right? Let it trickle backwards, and then put it over there, over in Jim Derrigada's face, and anybody else, or Kim Fox's face, But he kept those tapes, those audios knit tight so that everything could play themselves out. But then he is another one, like Drunken Larry, want to talk about the Lord and the God, and I believe in this, and I believe in that. And people literally sits out here, and I understand the majority of the people because you want to zoom in and hear, things are being said, but I be over here, nigga, what? Shout out to Daytime Tea Time. Shout out to Daytime Tea Time. Fair axe uses and great audio. It was actually a great live. Not only that one, the one with the toxic diamond. Hers too. It's just everywhere just to take down a person, and you want to see them dead. That I don't see no hatchets. No, I don't see none of that. And I get it that there is a information out here about Mr. Kelly on a PP tape of 20 years ago, right? I get it. And from 2019, that there was another incident of young ladies, right, that come forward and they want to meet Mr. Kelly. They don't want to go home. They caught up in this world. So you can't do this because I'm traveling over here. No, stay on the bus. I don't want nobody to hurt y'all. No, we gonna eat later. We can't eat right now. We gonna do this for all of these people to come out here and turn something that wasn't bad into bad. Like you're traveling, you're in a musical industry world with one of the richest industry made person. You know what I'm saying? So like shit's gonna happen. The PP tape, it went to trial. They said, no, we can't identify her, but everybody's okay. Yeah, she gets to come out and speak twice after the fun with the money, the fun in the sun, the fun with this, the fun of $10,000 a month income, the fun, F-U-N, the fun with being able to still live and go in and out of his house, the fun with getting money to pay her rent when she does go. Are you people kidding me? I can't. I cannot personally, in my opinion, get down with that. Had this girl literally, like Drunk Larry said, she wasn't able to do nothing. She didn't finish school. She didn't do this. She didn't do that. Well, that's a mingle of improper parenting skills. As a collaboration of just a total, I just want me some R. Kelly. But when it did not work out, or when he went on, because you don't have anything of what's her name, Rashonda Landfair. I'm coming of Rashonda Landfair up here in 2019 or 20 or 21 or 22, where ain't no videotapes. There's nothing. He wasn't with her. So where's the repetitive behavior at behind it? Is all that I ask. I thank all of y'all for showing up, having some morning and chit chat tea time with me. My tea got cold because I got to run in my mouth. And I appreciate y'all, just once again, like, share the channel. I appreciate that. Don't forget to head over to the About page, I think, and click on the perks over there. Join my membership, help support the channel. The $1.99 a month help supports the channel for me to continue to run my mouth, and also invite you guys a channel to come to run your mouth. So do that. Put them hearts in the chat. Don't forget to love the one above you and love the one below you. And don't forget to share some love to the One Papoose channel. I appreciate you all. On that note, I got to ride up out of here. So I gotta get called to work. Y'all have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Beautiful day. I don't see no hearts in the chat. I don't see them yet. I can't log off. I can't log off till I see those hearts in the chat. Where's those hearts at? Yeah, that facts, Juicy. Facts. Facts. Where's those hearts at, though? Where are your hearts? Give yourself a heart. Just said a thank you. Give yourself some hearts. Yeah. Give yourself some hearts. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. There y'all go. Now y'all feel better today. See? That's all you gotta do is make yourself feel better. Then you'll feel better. Yeah. Now, my girl, ISO Indies dropped another cut, y'all, yesterday. Look, I'm a fan of hers too, so, and I'm, y'all later.
I wonder, is it worth living now? They told me dreams come true once you live it out. I picked up pieces from my childhood in a broken house. It healed my soul from the trauma we've been given now. I hear the whispers in the wind under smoky clouds. And tell myself once again, I'ma work it out. So much shit can happen, yo, it got me tripping now. Yeah, it's feeling different now. Feel like I'm zoned out, put my phone down, damn it's cold out. Plotting on a rollout, we took our own route, really on our own now. These them winter schemes, plans for better dreams, cooking flows and melodies for OGs with felonies who've been locked since the 70s. You gotta pray for enemies with jealousy, they only feed off the good-hearted. Just don't bother, stay in your lane and keep hogging. Know that you a target and gotta finish what you started. Life of being an artist, gotta show them where your heart is. Put your all in, keep calling, keep going, don't stall it. Just be yourself and it'll work out. I wonder, is it worth living now? They told me dreams come true once you live it out. I picked the pieces from my childhood in a broken house. It held my soul from the trauma we've been given now. I hear the whispers in the wind under smoky clouds. I tell myself once again, I'm gonna work it out. So much shit can happen, yo, it got me tripping now. Yeah, it's feeling different now. Yeah, living it down could be